known. And because that grave is empty, our lives don't have to be. That's the good news of Easter. That's why we get so excited. We have this hope beyond our circumstances, beyond our understanding, beyond our pain, beyond our shame, beyond our doubts. There is hope available for you. One of my favorite things Jesus said from the cross is, "It is finished." He did not say, "I am finished." You see, Jesus on the cross was just getting started. And so whatever you're going through, you are not finished. Jesus is not done with you. Today is a ta-da day. Today is a day for God to show up and to show off in your life. And so whether you're actually struggling today or you're feeling great, I want to share some hope with you. If you need hope like you feel lonely or scared or tired, no, you don't tell people this, obviously. You put on a brave face, right? But if you feel like you don't know why you're on earth, is there more than this? You feel like you're exhausted. You feel like you are full of doubt and drowning and anxiety. You need to know that hope is available for you. Hope is available for you. And if you're not struggling and you had the greatest week ever and you're so excited for Easter ham, hey, I'm so glad you're here. Let's celebrate a risen Savior together. Because hope is good for everybody in every circumstance of life. And so today I think you could all use a little hope. The resurrection is literally the backbone of our faith, right? No resurrection, no Jesus. Nothing for Christians to gather, celebrate, sing about, talk about. If Jesus had stayed in that tomb, then he's just a rabbi who's telling clever stories with magic tricks. Right? Like any other guy, he'd be gone. But the resurrection is the backbone of our faith. Every other religion says, follow the teachings of the founder, right? Be a good boy, be a good girl, climb your way to heaven. If you follow what the teacher said, you can be saved. And the thing about Jesus is we don't follow just his teaching because he's more than a teacher. We rely on what he did instead of what we have to do. Instead of clawing our way into God's good graces, he came down to us and meets us in the middle of our mess. And Christianity lets us trust someone else for what they did instead of trying to be good enough, which is great news for me because I'm a terrible person. Don't laugh at that. I'm a terrible person. And if I pretend that I'm not, you're not the biggest sinner in the room you're in, find a different room. Because we need hope. We need help. And if Jesus stayed in the tomb like Abraham, like Muhammad, like Buddha, like Confucius, like Joseph Smith, like Maimonides, if Jesus stayed dead, everything is done. But if Jesus rose from the grave, everything changed. Paul says in 1 Corinthians 15, if the resurrection never happened, Christians should be pitied more than anyone on earth. If there's no resurrection, Christians should be the saddest, most pathetic, most powerless people in the history of the planet. And some of you act like that, and I'm glad you're here at church, because God has more for you than that. Easter is a reminder that Jesus follower, you are not to be pitied. You should not feel shame because he is risen indeed, and so your life is filled with hope. And so today, quickly, I want to unpack some hope. I want to unpack some hope for your life because we have a hope as an anchor for our soul, not how we feel, not how things are going in the world, not how church is going. We have a hope that anchors deeper than the happenings of our life. And we need that hope because everything changes. And one day you may be going great, and one day you're heading into a storm. One day you're drowning in the storm. One day you're coming out of the storm. But one of those three things is happening. And in all of them, you need hope for your past and your present and your future. And so I want to draw your attention.